Welcome back, and now we're on to waves, sound, and light. CXC choice questions. Let's go. Make sure you have your pencils, paper, or a pen to write with. Okay, so all of these. Okay, question 1. All of the following are progressive transverse waves except gamma rays, microwaves, sound waves, X-rays. So A, B, C, or D. Pick your poison. Question 2. Light is considered A, a wave, B, a particle, C, both a wave and a particle, D, neither a wave nor a particle. Question 3. Crest is to compression as trough is to dash. A, pitch, B, amplitude, C, tribe, D, refraction. 4. A sound cannot be produced within A, a metal, B, water, C, a fog, D, a vacuum. Questions 5 and 6. The item below refers to questions 5 and 6. Number 5. Which label represents the wavelength of a wave? AA, BB, CC, DD. 6. Which label represents the amplitude of the wave? AA, BB, CC, or DD. Question 7. The item below refers to questions 7 and 8. 7. According to the picture, the period of the wave is A, 100 milliseconds, B, 200 milliseconds, C, 300 milliseconds, D, 400 milliseconds. 8. The frequency of the wave is A, 10 Hz, B, 0.01 Hz, C, 5 Hz, D, 0.005 Hz. 9. Which of the following pairs is true? So we have the options here. So it says, how does increasing pitch affect sound? And how does increasing amplitude affect sound? So for A, does the sound move slower and does the sound get softer? B, does the sound move faster and does it get louder? C, does the sound move slower and then get louder? And D, does the sound move faster and then get softer? Question 10. The meter of the meter is the SI unit of A, wavelength, B, frequency, C, current, D, period. Question 11. There are dash colors in the rainbow. A1, B3, C5, D7. Question 12. The second is the SI unit of A, wavelength, B, frequency, C, current, D, period. Question 13. All of the following objects can cause dispersion of light except A, water, B, glass, C, wood, D, oil. Question 14. Which color of light from the list below has the highest frequency? A, red, B, green, C, blue, D, indigo. Question 15. Which statement is not true? A, all electromagnetic waves diffract. B, all electromagnetic waves have a speed of 330 meters per second. C, all electromagnetic waves reflect. And D, all electromagnetic waves travel slower in denser mediums than air. Question 16. What is the SI unit of speed? Is it A, amps, B, meters per second, C, joules per second, D, candela. Question 17. Which pair from the picture below depicts points that are out of phase? Is it A and F, B, E and J, C, B and C, D, G and L? Question 18. Sound enters the different parts of the ear in the following order. A, the ear canal, then the auditory nerve, then the cochlear, ossicles, and the eardrum. B, is it the ear canal, then the eardrum, the ossicles, cochlea, then the auditory nerve. C, is it the ear canal, ossicles, cochlea, auditory nerve, and then the eardrum. D, is it the ear canal, cochlea, auditory nerve, eardrum, then ossicles. Question 19. The reflection of sound is referred to as A, dispersion, B, extension, C, diffraction, D, echo. Question 20. Speed travels fastest in which one of the following options? A, 10 meters of a rod of steel, B, 10 meters of water, C, 10 meters of oil, D, 10 meters of warm air. Question 21. A rocket is seen to burst into the sky and the bang is heard 20 seconds later. If the speed of sound is 330 meters per second, how far away is the exploding rocket? A, 16.5 meters, B, 0.06 meters, C, 6,600 meters, D, 330 meters. Question 22. Musical notes are made up of three properties: pitch, loudness, and A, frequency, B, amplitude, C, tone, D, quality. Question 23. Destructive interference occurs when two crests meet. A crest and a trough meet. C, a trough moves slowly, and D, two troughs meet. Question 24. Which magnetic wave is responsible for cell phone communication? A, gamma rays, B, microwaves, C, infrared radiation, D, ultraviolet light. Question 25. The VHF radio station transmits on a frequency of 100 megahertz. If the speed of the radio waves is 3 × 10⁸ meters per second, what is the wavelength of the waves? A, 3 meters, B, 30 meters, C, 300 meters, D, 3,000 meters. Question 26. When light from an extended source of light hits an object, a very dark shadow as well as a partial shadow are obtained. The partial shadow may be referred to as the A, umbra, B, critical angle, C, refractive index, and D, penumbra. Question 27. A lunar eclipse occurs when A, the sun moves between the earth and the moon, B, the earth moves between the sun and the moon, C, the moon moves between the sun and the earth, D, the earth revolves around the moon on the 30th day of the month. Question 28. Which of the following devices or organs produces a virtual image? A, the retina, B, a mirror, C, a pinhole camera, D, a projector. Question 29 and 30. The item below refers to questions 29 and 30. 29. Which label presents the angle of incidence? AF, BH, CI, DJ. 30. Which label represents the most likely reflected ray? AA, BB, CC, DD. Question 31. If the refractive index of water is 1.3, What is the critical angle of light in this medium? Is it A, 0.8 degrees, B, 50 degrees, C, 42 degrees, or D, 1.3 degrees? Question 32. Which of the following devices/organs produces a virtual image? A, the retina, B, a mirror, C, a pinhole camera, or D, a projector? Question 33. The following is an example of a ray diagram. What does B represent? The lens, A, B, the principal axis, C, the optical center, D, the focal plane. Question 34. Juliana traced her hand, then calculated the magnification of it, which was A times 0, B times 1, C times 2, or D times 3. The last question. In which device does a convex lens produce a virtual image? A, magnifying glass, B, camera, C, retina, D, projector. Now I hope that you were able to finish. Make sure you finish. You should have 35 responses, and now we're moving into the answer section. So here goes. Question 1, the answer is C, sound waves. All of the following are progressive transverse waves except C, sound waves. Question 2, light is considered both a wave and a particle. Question 3, a crest is to a compression as a trough is to a refraction. Question 4, a sound wave cannot be produced within a vacuum because sound waves need matter. So all the rest have matter in them, but remember a vacuum is airless, so there is no matter inside of it. Question 5, which label represents the wavelength of the wave? That would be B, that's the wavelength from one crest to another crest. And for number 6, which label represents the amplitude of the wave? That's the height of a crest or the depth of a trough. So the answer is A. Question 7, according to the picture, the period of the wave is 200 milliseconds. Yes, so you must have a complete crest and a complete trough covered, right? So you would have it going from, let me get this. So you must start from the equilibrium point here. Fully, that's one wavelength. So you could actually measure wavelength from the start at the equilibrium point of a crest to the end of the equilibrium point at the trough. Okay, so that's the wavelength. Okay, so that's 200. And it says the frequency of the wave is 5 Hz. So how you would do this? First you have to convert milliseconds to seconds. So 200 milliseconds is actually equal to 200 times 10 to the negative 3 seconds. And so you divide that now by 1, because remember that frequency is equal to 1 over period. Now this is the period right here. We just say 1 divided by 0.2, and that should give us 5. Right? And this is S right here, 5 1 over S, which is 5 Hertz. Right, so there you have your answer for that one. Which of the following pairs is true? So the following pairs is that if you increase the pitch, it would make the sound move faster. And how much? Well, the sound would be faster. And then how does increase in amplitude affect sound? The sound will get louder, right? How did the increase in pitch affect sound? the frequency will be more. There will be more frequency, so sound will get higher in pitch, like ah, yeah, ah, and then it will get louder, like ah, right. All right. So the meter is the SI unit of a wavelength. So depending on the options here, the meter would be for the wavelength. That would be the SI units, right? Then we have, there are dash colors in the rainbow. There are 7 colors in the rainbow. The unit, the second is the SI unit of the period, because the period deals with time. All of the following objects can cause dispersion of light except wood, right? So wood is opaque, so it wouldn't cause like the breaking up of light into its different colors. Sometimes they look at water, you see the rainbow in water, you could see it in glass, and you could see it in oil sometimes. So those mediums allow dispersion of light. Which color of light from the list below has the highest frequency? Correct, indigo. So it's RGB. Violet has the highest frequency, but of the list here, indigo is just before violet, so it has a high, it's the highest one out of this list, right? Red has the lowest. Now, which statement is not true? All electromagnetic waves diffract. That's correct. The speed of electromagnetic waves is actually 3 times 10 to the 8 meters per second, so B is incorrect. C is correct, they reflect, and yes, they do travel slower in denser mediums than air. What is the SI unit of speed? That would be meters per second. Which pair from the picture below depicts points that are out of phase? A and F are in phase. E and J are in phase. Yes, so we should have like a node in between every time you're looking for in phase. B and C, there's no node in between, it's too close, so that is not in phase. G and L are in phase. Okay, those are in phase. Wait. Sound enters the different parts of the ear in the following order. Would be B. First enters the ear canal, then it hits on the drum, which causes the ossicles to move, which are the 3 bones in there. Then you have the cochlea that filters out the message, and then the auditory nerve, which causes the sound to travel to your brain via electrical impulses. So that's the answer right there. Question 19. The reflection of sound is referred to as an echo. Speed travels fastest in which one of the following options? That will be the densest option. So that will leave us with steel. Steel is the densest one out of all. A rocket is seen to burst into the sky and the bang is heard 20 seconds later if the speed of sound is 330 meters per second. How far away is the exploding rocket? So we're dealing with distance. So speed is equal to distance over time. Distance is equal to speed times time. So we just multiply the speed by the time and we get 6,600 meters. Musical notes are made up of 3 properties. They have the pitch, the loudness, and the quality. Destructive interference occurs when a crest and a trough meets, or compression and a refraction meets. Which electromagnetic wave is responsible for cell phone communication? So we have, it's either radio waves or microwaves. Either one of those would be correct. Question 25. A VHF radio station transmits on a frequency of 100 megahertz. If the speed of the radio waves is 3 times 10 to the 8 meters per second, what is the wavelength of the waves? First, you need to convert the megahertz to hertz by multiplying by 10 to the 6, because a mega is equal to 10 to the 6. You add those two and you get 10 to the 8. If speed is equal to frequency times wavelength, then wavelength will be equal to speed divided by frequency. And as you can see, the 10 to the 8s cancel one time and the seconds cancel, so now you're left back with 3 meters, and A is our answer. Question 26. When light from an extended source of light hits an object, a very dark shadow as well as a partial shadow are obtained. The partial shadow may be referred to as the penumbra. Correct. Question 27. A lunar eclipse occurs when B. The earth moves between the sun and the moon. A is dead wrong. The sun doesn't move. B. The earth will never revolve around the moon, so D is wrong. So A and D are definitely out. C. The moon moves between the sun and the earth is actually a solar eclipse. So B is what is the lunar eclipse. Question 28. Which of the following devices or organs produces a virtual image? And that would be the mirror. All the rest produces real image. All the rest produce real image, which is the retina, pinhole camera, and projector. The item below refers to questions 29 and 30. Which label represents the angle of incidence? And that would be J. Remember, the angle of incidence lies between the ray of incidence, or the incident ray, and the normal. B is the normal, so it's always between these, the dotted line, which is the normal, and the incident ray. Okay, and this would be, in here will be the angle of reflection. So it says which label represents the most likely reflected ray, and this ray looks about the same distance from the normal as A was from the normal, so I would put C. B is actually the normal, so that's not the ray, and D is too far away from the normal, so yeah, and A is the incident ray, so it cannot be A, so C is the most likely answer. If the refractive index of water is 1.3, what is the critical angle of light in this medium? And that would be 50 degrees. This is the equation to determine the critical angle, so your sine is equal to 1 over the refractive index. So we use the inverse of sine with 1 over 1.3 to give you 50. Which of the following devices or organs produces a virtual image? And in this case it's the mirror. Seems like this question was asked earlier. Question 33. The following is an example of a ray diagram. What does B represent? B represents the focal plane. Juliana traced her hand, then calculated the magnification of it, which was times 1. So there are no numbers, because if you trace your hand, it's going to be the same. They didn't say she enlarged it. It's going to be the same size. So if her hand had a length of 6 centimeters and the drawing is 6 centimeters, you divide the size or the length or the height of the image by the height of the object. If they're the same, they're going to give you 1, right? So if it's 6 by 6, 6 divided by 6, it will give you 1, right? 35. In which device does a convex lens produce a virtual image? And magnifying glass, all of these use convex lenses, but B, C, and D will produce a real image, whereas a magnifying glass actually produce a virtual image. So thanks for watching. I hope you got most of the answers correct. I'm wishing you the best in your examinations at this time. Post below how much you got if you would like to. Alright, bye.